Hello, true believers.
True believers?
True believers. Excelsior and whatnot.
What the hell did that come from?
It's my Stan Lee impression.
Oh, yeah. you know you kind of look like Stan Lee.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I do not.
So no one's ever told you like Stan Lee?
No.
If you cut the mustache
That is a full lie.
If you cut the mustache
No.
and do your beard. And do your hair.
No, sir. Not at all. Anyway, if you're joining us, this is the On the Go show, the On the Go podcast, the On the Go with Jacob and James. I always got to say it like 3 times over and over again.
You do.
For some reason. But this is our Friday edition, the Pop Culture Fridays, the Feel Good Fridays, as we like to call it.
Yep.
Fun Friday, whatever F Friday you can put in front of it. That's what we are.
Up Friday?
Yeah. We can do one of those as
That's
well.
what I thought you was about to say. I was like, what? What's going on with this guy?
It's Friday, man. I'm excited. It's the weekend. I am your host, Jacob D'Antone. Across from me is my co-host.
What's up, Jacob? James.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to announce me, but okay.
No,
You really should.
Okay, let me roll that back.
No, it's okay. We're good now. we're on here now.
Okay.
Yeah, we're ready to roll. James is here.
Okay, James.
And accounted for. President accounted for.
All right, well, we're off to a rocky start. Anyway.
I like this long sleeve you got on too, by the way.
I know, it's nice, right? The little sweater. I like it.
It's a sweater?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a sweater,
nice.
and it's got pockets.
Oh, really? Where'd you get that from?
Target.
Target?
Yeah.
Go to Target, it sounds like.
Yeah. It's nice. It's got pockets. The pockets are a little weird because they're like on a shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Essentially. It's a sweater, so it's kind of awkward to hold sometimes.
I noticed that when I saw you. I was like,
yeah.
It's kind of nice.
I feel like a kangaroo. I got a pouch.
You do like a kangaroo. Kangaroo, yeah.
But what have you been up to this week? What's been going on?
Not much. I'm just a little nasally.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The pollen's getting you?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I'm not even an allergic person.
Yeah.
I don't think I was allergic to anything, but I guess so.
Pollen's getting everybody.
No, it's been told you up for like 2 weeks, a month.
Mm-hmm. It's been tearing up everybody around here.
And Khadijah got sick.
Yeah, Khadijah got sick. I got sick. Everyone's nasally.
She's good now, right?
Yeah, she's good now.
Oh,
she's
okay.
fine. So that's it? You got the pollen going?
Yeah. Oh, also, too. So I went and saw, I saw what the plasma center looks like.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I saw what that place looks like, because where I get my hair cut at is a place, that's a plasma center right next to it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is it a BioLife or is it a...
What's the difference?
So there's a BioLife, there's Octapharma, and there's like CSL.
Well, this one was kind of small.
Yeah?
It was small and quaint. I saw like the chairs and stuff and the seats for everybody to sit.
You didn't catch the name, though?
No, I didn't catch the name. I should have.
They're all about the same. They do the same things. It's just
okay.
It's just who owns which ones.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Got you.
Because a lot of times, sometimes Khadijah will get donors that come in with appointments, and it turns out, because they have a competitor like down the road.
Yeah.
And so it turns out like they have an appointment for that center.
Couldn't help but notice it's all in the hood. These places are all in the hood.
Well,
it's a larger story for another day. But I'm very curious about that.
I don't know the building plans on these facilities, but they're popping up everywhere. Because I think when Khadijah started, they only had like 50 in the U.S. and now they're up to like store 200 and something.
Damn, so everybody got plasma to give away?
Yeah, well, you get paid for it. Hard times. People need money.
But it's just only like, what, $20? How much is it?
It's split up. So right now it's like $40 for one day and then $80 the next time you go in. Because it incentivizes you to come in twice a week, right? Because you can only donate twice a week anyway. But the first donation of the week is always like $40 and the next donation is $80. But it varies. It'll change. Like every few months it'll either go up or down. Or sometimes you'll get on, like they'll have coupons and they'll have deals for like, oh, hey, the next 8 weeks it's double, right? So you'll get 80 and 160 or whatever.
Oh, that's why so many people are so packed. I see so many packed places. I was like, it's so packed here.
Yeah, so like certain times a year, or just like if you're a new donor, you get a new donor bonus, and I think it's like an extra $20 for 6 to 8 weeks or whatever.
Now, here's the deal: is it going to the right? Is it after you donate the stuff? Is it going to the right donor, to the people that need it?
Well, so it goes to pharmaceutical companies because it goes to medicine. The plasma goes into making medicine. So in a way, yes, it does. It eventually gets to the people who need it. Yeah. It'll go to the medicines. I don't know if anybody really needs like plasma transfusions, like a blood transfusion, you know?
True.
So really, it mostly goes into pharmaceuticals, and also I think some makeup brands use plasma.
Really?
Yeah, I had heard about that. I don't know if that's true. I have there's no validity in what I'm saying.
Yeah, right. Like put that out. Like no one knows that.
Yeah,
sure.
This is just what I've heard.
Yeah,
but supposedly it also goes into like some makeup brands. Oh, wow. But I don't know if these companies are selling the plasma to that. But for the most part, it goes to medicine.
Here it is, Khadijah's doing all this important work, and all we do is podcasting.
Exactly. The biggest joke profession there can be.
Well, you know what? Jacob? I am not going to say that because I think we do help people.
Yeah.
Just like we're going to help people today with their shows. Because I think we help people if they're not feeling good, if they're depressed, they can always turn us on.
It's entertainment.
We're entertaining.
It is.
And we're about to entertain right now.
Yeah, we are. Before we get into the main topic,
what you
got? Khadijah and I saw Godzilla, King of the Monsters, New Empire last night.
Oh, you got a review for us, huh?
Yes, I do. I do have a review. Let me just start off. It's a fun movie.
That's what I heard.
It's Godzilla. It's gonna be fun. It's a big dumb monster movie. You can't go wrong with a big dumb monster movie.
True.
I really don't have like any negative thing to say about it. It's a fun time. There's a lot of monster on monster interactions in this film. There's also a lot of monster fights. Like a lot of fights.
That's what people wanted to see.
Some of them are shorter, some of them are longer. It kind of varies, but there's a lot of monster on monster fights. There's a lot of monsters interacting, like just interacting with each other. There's just a lot of scenes of you watching the monsters interact and you kind of interpreting. Man, I can't speak. It's you kind of figuring out what they're saying yourself, right? Like you're, and I think that's cool because. Again,
it takes away the human factor.
It does. And the humans are there, but the humans are always in these movies to really just kind of explain what's going on.
Guide the story along.
Yeah, they're there to be like, Godzilla's crashing that building because he's mad at this. Or, Kong wants to fight this guy because they're on his turf or whatever. They're really just there to explain that. And
like closed caption people.
Exactly.
Closed caption.
Exactly. And so Godzilla's a menace in this movie. Oh, yeah. Because he's more of a side character. He's not. It's really a Kong movie. At the end of the day, it's full on a King Kong movie. King Kong's story kind of gets resolved in this film, so I think they're gonna be done with Kong for a while if they continue these things. And that's not really a spoiler. I feel like I'm
pretty sure they can probably continue. This is money making.
Yeah, but for the most part, the story of Kong gets a pretty good resolution in this, and Godzilla is more of a side, not even a side character, just like an accessory to Kong because like the way they use him. But Godzilla's in here. He's got some cool stuff. He fights a couple of monsters in this movie.
Kaijus.
Oh yeah, kaijus. A lot of kaiju action. And like I said, he's a whole menace because he's just doing whatever the hell he wants to do, and nobody can stop him because he's Godzilla.
Nice.
He's
of course.
It's funny because he fights a monster in like Rome, right? And then after he's done fighting that monster, he takes a nap in the Colosseum. He just like curls up like a cat and just goes to sleep in the Colosseum. Yeah. And he's at the end of the movie, he returns to the Colosseum, curls up, and goes to sleep. Like that's
so crazy.
It's funny though because it's just like, oh, Godzilla just likes to live in this Colosseum. I guess like that's now his part of his domain. His Khadijah on the way home pointed out. Because, like, when he wakes up and he leaves the Coliseum, he smashes some bridges on the way out. And she's like, you notice when he goes back to the Coliseum, he stepped into it. So he has the wherewithal to not crush things when he likes them. Like,
I'm glad she noticed it.
Yeah.
The wherewithal.
Yeah.
That's funny.
He's like, yeah, he smashed those bridges, but when he came back to the Coliseum, he stepped right into it. There's also a funny bit where Kong's trying to communicate to Godzilla that, like, hey, we need to go fight this other guy, right? And Godzilla's just on site with Kong.
Yeah.
Even though they kind of left off with good terms in the last film, they're still big monsters, and Godzilla's just one to kill anything that doesn't listen to him, right?
Yeah, he still doesn't like him that much.
Yeah, he's the alpha titan in this franchise. So, because Godzilla's like, running up to Kong, and Kong's like pointing at the thing.
Like, wait.
And then he's like, no.
That's funny.
And then they fight, and it's a good fight. And
see, you made me want to watch it a little bit. I said you make me almost want to watch it.
It's a fun movie. Almost. It's just fun. It's just nonsense. Like there's like a veterinary guy who works on Kong's teeth, And I will say that's like the cushiest job you can have.
I bet.
Because that is a salary government position.
You can't die.
And how often are you really going to be doing dental work for King Kong?
That's
you know what I mean?
cool.
Like you're just on call for the one time that you might have to do this.
Like, hey, we need you to fix Godzilla teeth real quick.
Yeah.
All right, yeah,
I'm like, all right, cool. And I get paid $100,000 a year or whatever.
It's not just he's the biggest dinosaur in the world. That's fine. I can do it.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's a regular day at the office. Regular day at the office. That's crazy. Like I said, you definitely made me want to see it. I probably still won't, but you do factor in the characteristics and there's less human interaction, which I mean people understand that.
There's still a fair bit of human stuff in this.
Yeah,
but
you can care less.
Yeah, there's a lot. I think compared to the other movies, there's a lot more like just monster stuff. Because there's, like I said, there's a lot of monster fights. There's a lot of different monster interactions, like Kong and the other Kong.
Well, I think now they're finally learning. It's like, look, the less human interaction we have, the more time we have for just fights.
Yeah.
So that
even if
out.
they're not big fights, they can just be fights. Because there really is just like a couple like smaller fights that happen in this film. And it's like, oh, I wasn't expecting this at the beginning, or I wasn't expecting this part, or I wasn't expecting to see this monster in this movie. You know what I mean?
Does it end with does it at least end with something saying that, hey, it could possibly be a next one? Or
no, there's no end credit scenes.
Oh, okay.
There's no end credits. There's no like, hey, what's going to be going on next? It's more or less. I mean, the only thing that feels definitive is a resolution to the Kong's whole quest and journey to kind of find a place of his own, right? Because he's always been alone. I mean, we'll see if they greenlight another one. I'm sure they will.
I'm pretty sure they will too.
I think if they do, it needs to be a resolution
for Godzilla.
But it's kind of hard because how do you do a resolution for Godzilla? Because Godzilla's Godzilla. I mean, he's not in this world. He's not really an evil being. He just kind of acts on instinct and nature. And so I think you would have to do Destroya, because Destroya was birthed from the oxygen destroyer in like the original lore. And we've already seen that in King of the Monsters.
Yep.
And Destroya is one of the few, like, only handful of monsters
that can take down Godzilla
that have killed him. Yeah. So I think if you do a final Godzilla movie, it has to be with Destroya. And you can incorporate, maybe Destroya goes off and kills some of the other monsters.
Dude, that would be pretty cool.
And you got some smaller monster fights there.
Make them challenging.
Yeah. I think the next should be a resolution to, like, what's going on with Godzilla. Because eventually the humans have to do something about Godzilla. Because he's sleeping in monuments. He's just crushing cities.
He's walking around like nobody's business.
Yeah,
like
and when they have fights in cities, those cities are condemned, which is another thing I like that this movie franchise does. They do a good job of not reusing cities.
Yeah.
Like the first one was San Francisco, and then they explain like, oh, San Francisco, like no one can go there, but now trees and stuff are growing.
You got radiation and stuff down there.
Yeah. What was it? King of the Monsters had they were in Boston or Brooklyn or wherever.
I think so.
It was some baseball stadium, right? They haven't gone back there. Tokyo got destroyed in the last one. So they do a good job of not reusing cities, and I like that it kind of keeps with the continuity of like, hey, wherever these things go, everything it's condemned. Like we can't live here anymore.
That's pretty much nice detail.
Yeah.
Well, it's also condemned, but you also got to worry about radiation because these guys are generating so much radiation off their bodies.
Yeah.
Godzilla and Kong and whatever kaiju they're fighting.
Yeah. Because it's all very irradiated.
Yeah.
So the one thing that they need to do is explain why people still go to beaches in this world.
Really? They still going to beaches?
Yeah, because there's a scene. There's a scene where some people are hanging out on a beach and, like, a monster shows up. And then everybody runs away. And realistically, like, I think you would just shut down the beaches.
Yeah, realistically, I don't think anyone would be outside. I think everyone would be on alert every day of their life.
Oh, another nice little thing about this movie. And one of the characters, he's from the last one. He's the conspiracy guy, or the conspiracy guy. He's got the kaiju podcast. So he's back in this one, and when they show him in the movie, he's like finishing his podcast or whatever, and he's doing an ad for kaiju insurance. Mm-hmm. It's such a nice touch.
It's like a nice little comedic punch right there.
Yeah, where he's like, oh, Godzilla doesn't care about your hopes and dreams, but this kaiju insurance does, and It's called something
That's
else.
hilarious.
It's like Gigantosaurus. Or
Kaiju
something.
Assurance actually sounds kind of dope. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but it's just that was a nice touch.
Yeah.
That was a nice touch, and it's funny because I always thought about like in superhero films when like stuff gets trashed or someone's car gets thrown. It's like, well, whatever happens. What insurance like pays for this? Like,
There's
what
no
happens to
State
that guy?
Farm, no Allstate. They
Like,
can
there's
pay
no
for that.
aftermath. But like, so it's nice to see that this movie with like a similar amount of destruction or even more destruction, really, than a superhero film would have, kind of focus like has a little insurance joke.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's funny. I like
Yeah.
that. Maybe I might watch it after the podcast.
yeah,
We'll see.
yeah. Or if you want to wait until it comes out on HBO or whatever, that's fine too.
Yeah, I know, because this is another movie I wanted to watch, Late Night with the Devil.
Yeah,
I really want to see that. I heard that's probably one of the
Yeah.
best horror movies that we've had.
nice.
So I really want to check that out. But sometimes you just need to turn your brain off a little bit. And I feel like that's a movie to turn your brain off.
Oh, it's
for.
totally turn your brain off movie. There's some silly things in it, but it's supposed to be silly.
Yeah, it's supposed to be silly.
You know what I mean? I mean, it's nothing compared to Godzilla -1, of course.
Well, of
'cause
course
that
not.
Whole
Yeah.
different tone and whole different message. But
I mean, back in the day when I was a kid, or when we were kids, they always had movies like this. When I was to go to the movies with my mom and dad, these were the type of movies that existed.
Mhm.
You know, we only got these movies like once a year. So
Yeah.
in the summertime, it was always like you only get like 2 or 3 dumb movies.
yeah,
And it always would be like a natural disaster movie, a superhero movie, and some other crazy zany movie.
yeah,
That's the only movies that you had. It was always like, it always was every summer. You only got 3 movies like that. So it's cool to see these movies kind of be brought back. I know like
Yeah.
Twister's coming out.
yeah. That's another big dumb movie.
Big dumb movie. You know, I don't even think you can have Storm Chasers anymore.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, they don't even exist.
I mean, there might be like a Storm Chaser TikTok out there.
Probably.
Right?
Yeah, you're right with
'Cause-
TikTok people. Yeah,
Well, you would think you would kind of be able to find them
yeah, true.
pretty easily.
So that's
on
a
social
dumb
media.
You're right. So that's a dumb movie that I do plan on seeing.
Yeah, big dumb Twister movie. So the main topic I have today is I was perusing the internet, as I do. I like the word peruse. I've been using that a lot lately.
You must have saw a show that said that.
Maybe.
Like I can't believe you just accidentally just stumbled upon that.
Perusing.
Yes.
I like to peruse
Like
things.
peruse.
And so I discovered this Variety article that listed the top 100 greatest TV shows of all time. So I thought we'd sit here and go through all 100 of them.
I looked at you like I'm about to chuck this I'm about to chuck this thing at you right now. These rings I have in my hand. You was lost your damn mind.
No. We're not gonna do.
Now, how
all
many
100 of them.
of these shows have you actually watched? before we
Oh,
start?
probably slim to none.
I
Honestly,
know you haven't. So
So-
this is basically for me.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. So we'll start with the bottom. I
Okay.
figure we'll start with the bottom, and then we'll like look around the middle, and then we'll do the top. Right.
Okay.
So this is the bottom 10. We'll start with the bottom 5. We'll do the bottom 5 TV shows, greatest TV shows of all time.
All right, I got you.
So 100 at the bottom of the list, James. Community.
Really?
Yeah.
100?
Yeah, this is number 100.
I like Community. I thought that was a fun show.
Yeah.
It took Community.
I don't think I've ever watched it. Like, the
Joel
only thing I
McHale?
know from Community is the meme with Donald Glover and the pizza and the
Yeah.
apartment's on fire.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I know.
That's a good show, man. Joe McHale was really great in this show.
Yeah.
He basically going back to college to get his degree as a lawyer because he had got in trouble and stuff like that. And he meet these guys, kind of outcast group of kids.
Mhm.
Well, not kids, but group
College
of adults,
students,
college
right.
students. And he befriends them, and they all have this form this community at the table.
Ah.
And it's at a community college. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Okay.
But all right, cool. All right, I get it.
So number 100. Number 99, the Hannibal TV show.
Never watched it.
I never did either.
Never
It
heard
ran
of
from 2013 to 2015.
Really?
Yeah.
3 years, huh?
Yeah. Community went from 2009 to 2015.
Oh, well, it got bad. Once Donald Glover left that show, it got
yeah.
bad. Yeah.
Ooh. Did he leave around the time that he started Atlanta?
No, but he was going to though.
Ah.
But yeah, he left because his music career was starting to take off a little bit too.
Oh, I see. Does he still make music?
No, but he's planning on coming out with another album.
Okay.
But yeah, I never heard of Hannibal. Never heard of it.
Well, it's based off the
The movie.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's like a prequel of sorts to that. I've never seen it either, so I couldn't tell you. Mads Mikkelsen played Hannibal Lecter though in it.
Oh, that's actually a good choice.
It is. So number 98 would be Homeland.
Homeland.
It's like a CSI. Probably not a CSI. I think it's just like a crime drama It was on Showtime from 2011 to 2020, which might be why you haven't heard of it. Do you have Showtime?
Yeah.
Okay.
I still never watched it. I don't watch Showtime that much.
I don't either.
But
I never watched
Showtime.
Showtime.
Good stuff that comes on Showtime.
Yeah. 97 is Top Chef.
I like Top Chef.
Yeah?
Top Chef's really good.
It's a cooking show.
Yeah, that's really good.
It's still running. It's
still running.
2006 to present. It says.
Oh, yeah, it ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, so we got Top Chef. Number 96 is The Good Fight on Paramount Plus.
I do like Paramount Plus, but I never heard of it.
Yeah. I don't really look at Paramount Plus too much.
You should.
It's weird because I have it through Amazon.
Really?
Yeah.
How does that work?
And
We got to deal with them or something?
I don't know, and they just started charging me for it randomly one day, and now I just have Paramount Plus through Amazon. So actually, it's really annoying. I need to cancel it because I never go to Paramount Plus.
Yeah, you might
and
want to
it's
cancel
like
that,
$6 a month. So
oh, that's not bad. $6 a month.
yeah, but it's annoying.
Yeah.
Number 95 is Black Mirror. That's kind of a surprise to be this low on the list. Yeah, Black Mirror. But you know what though? Black Mirror was cool the first couple seasons, and then
it fell off.
Yeah, it fell off because you get the point, right? It's just like, all right, I get it. It's Twilight Zone for technology.
Yeah.
Right? You can only watch so many anthologies about dystopia.
I'm curious to see if your show's going to be on here.
Which show is that?
What I'm talking about. The little doll. The freaky little red doll.
Oh, Chucky?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so. I feel like it hasn't ran that long enough. But then again, number 94 is I May Destroy You. That came out in 2020 on HBO.
Never heard of it.
No idea. Will and Grace is 93.
Yeah, I like Will and Grace. Will and Grace, that's kind of low, but okay.
Some show called Saint Elsewhere is 92.
I remember saying Elsewhere, but I never watched it.
Daria is 91.
Daria is 90.
Daria is 91, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
At least it's on the list. I won't even get mad at that.
Yeah, honestly, I was surprised to see that just now.
Yeah, at least it's on the list.
Wow, yeah. Ooh, guess what number 90 is?
Simpsons?
No.
Yeah, you're right. Simpsons probably higher. Is it a sitcom or a cartoon?
It's a sitcom.
Seinfeld?
From childhood days or just before childhood?
Full House?
No.
Family Matters?
No.
Oh, man. I don't know. Friends?
The Cosby Show.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me, yeah. I get that.
Does it really not surprise you?
No, not really.
Is it just because of Bill Cosby and all the stuff nowadays?
I think it's all the stuff nowadays, but the show was hella popular. It's still one of the most memorable shows that you could possibly of a lifetime.
That's why I was surprised to see it. I was like, oh, number 90?
Yeah.
But, I mean, the list is also still the greatest TV shows of all time, right?
Keep in mind, these lists are also very subjective.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
When they make these lists, it's like they're not the end all be all. I'm pretty sure you can come up with the best shows.
Right.
At least 10 anyway.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to jump down to the middle.
All right. Pick some good ones out.
Oh, I'll try.
I can't wait to see what the number one show is.
So smack dab in the middle is My So-Called Life.
I remember My So-Called Life.
Yeah, ran on ABC from 1994 to 1995.
Yeah, I remember that. Damn.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Didn't have a long shelf life, did it?
No. And weirdly enough, right after it, on 49, is the Watchmen series that ran for one season.
It ran for one season.
Yeah. 49. In 2019. One season in 2019.
So Chuck has got to be on there then.
Probably.
One season of Watchmen?
Yeah. It's weird, right? The Dick Van Dyke Show is number 45.
Love that show, man.
Star Trek is number 44.
Okay.
Now I'm just looking for like significant ones.
Star Trek?
Huh?
Star Trek 44, huh?
Yeah. The Real World is 41. I don't know how the Real World is ahead of Star Trek.
Yeah, because I think when you look at Real World kind of changed how reality television is.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it kind of changed the TV. And Star Trek did too. Star Trek kind of changed a generation too, because it kind of changed with Star Wars and stuff.
Yeah. Well, you have the Trekkies versus the Star Wars people.
Exactly. So, I mean, I think both shows were game changers in the TV landscape.
And, I think a lot of people use Star Trek as a
base.
Not as a base, but as an example of how, like, diversity was existing in TV shows even back then. Because Star Trek was one of the first shows to do, interracial couples or, like, even...
You got a point.
Did they have the first lesbian kiss on TV?
It probably did.
Maybe so. I might be getting that wrong.
Were you a big Star Trek fan?
No. No. I'm not even a big Star Wars fan. Take or leave both of them, I say.
Gotcha.
No stars for me.
Damn. Well, check us out, Star Trek.
I mean, I think I tried watching, like, the newer Star Trek they did.
The new ones now or the ones
With
back
Chris
in the
Pine.
day?
With
Chris Pine. Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Well, those are good. I like those.
Yeah, but I never really got into. Khadijah likes the new Star Trek movies.
I was more of the Star Trek fan from the Patrick Stewart days.
Oh yeah,
New Generation.
see, no, I never watched any of those.
Yeah, those were pretty good. Those were pretty good until we got to the 99
Yeah.
Enterprise. Ooh, that was pretty rough.
I always hear about that one. Yeah.
Oh, that was pretty rough.
So number 40 on the list is the Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Really?
Yeah. 39 is The Office. So The Office is on here, of course.
The Office
39 though. Well, it's kind of higher.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you're right. I can't wait to see what the top 5 is.
Jeopardy is 33.
Oh, come on now.
Lost is 32.
Lost is on there?
Yeah.
Lost was good for like only 2 or 3 seasons.
You're right. It ends in a church.
Once you found out how that damn show ended and what the mystery was, I'm like, oh man, get the hell out of here with this.
Yeah. So, well, Survivor is ahead on 31.
Yeah, okay.
You got Friends in the top 30.
Not surprised.
The Civil War, James, is number
War.
28.
Never
Just
heard that one.
the Civil War.
Never heard of it.
The TV show, The Civil War. Apparently, it was on PBS in 1990.
Oh, okay.
But just
When is Roseanne on there?
ooh, that's a good question. Let me see.
Roseanne was a hell of a show.
It was. It's
was a
really
good show.
sad what happened to Roseanne's career.
Self-inflicted.
You know, you say something silly, and
Self-inflicted wounds.
have you seen Roseanne lately? She looks rough.
She looks
man.
she looks better. She lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, but she's looking kind of rough. Golden Girls is number 18. So Golden Girls.
I do like Golden Girls.
Golden Girls is top 20.
Okay.
Oprah Winfrey beat him by 1, top in 17.
Okay, that's about right.
Saturday Night Live is in the top 15.
I think Saturday Night Live is so overrated.
You know, they're hit and miss.
They're hit,
right?
Yeah, they are hit and miss.
They're very hit and miss on who they have as a guest or like, you know, what kind of skits they do.
You know they're doing a movie too.
They're doing
About the beginning of it. A big Ivan Reitman's son.
Really?
Yeah, about Dan Aykroyd, Garrett Morris, Bill Murray. They're gonna do. I think they already got the cast out for them.
I didn't know that. Are they going to play themselves?
No.
That'd be
It's
funny.
young people playing. Bill Hader's gonna be in there.
Ah.
Bill
Bill Hader's not really young.
Yeah,
Not a
he's
very
not.
good example.
Well-
Isn't Bill Hader was also on SNL though, wasn't he? Yeah.
mhm. So I am curious on seeing that one, the beginning stages, because at the beginning stages, Saturday Night Live was very, very funny.
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot of my jokes from
Well, I
Saturday
mean, you
Night
had a
Live.
lot of classic comedians on there.
Yeah, Steve Martin,
Yeah.
Bill Murray.
Steve Martin, Bill Murray, David Spade was
David
involved
Spade,
at some
yeah.
point. Dana Carvey,
Yeah, Dana
Norm
Carvey.
Macdonald,
Yep,
I think
Norm
was on
Macdonald.
some skits.
Mhm.
You know my favorite Norm Macdonald bit
What?
is that he's a deeply closeted gay man.
Oh yeah,
Favorite.
yeah, I remember that.
All the favorite things, like all the interviews
Mm-hmm.
the clips you see him in where he's like, oh, I'm not gay, I'm deeply closeted. And they're like, that means
mean-
you're gay. He's like, no, I'm not. No,
I remember that. That's funny.
how dare you call me gay?
I love Norm Macdonald. He was
Oh.
so funny. I miss that guy.
Yeah, he's missed.
We should have done a whole podcast on. I can do a whole podcast on Norm
On
Macdonald.
Norm Macdonald. I don't know if I could do a whole podcast on him.
I can do. I really, really loved him
Yeah.
as a comedian. Like I thought he was so funny. I thought he was so smart and funny.
No, he's a very smart comedian.
All right, what you got?
Sesame Street is number 12.
Oh, I'm not surprising.
Cheers is 11.
Yeah, I love that show.
Roots is in the top 10, James.
Has to be.
Roots is
Has
in
to
the
be.
top 10.
It was a game changer, and I wasn't even born for it. But I know my mom used to tell me how much of a game changer that show
Yeah.
was.
They always talk about Roots.
Yeah,
Didn't they remake Roots or no? Am I
yeah. They
thinking
remade
about
it.
that? Okay.
And it wasn't as it wasn't as strong as that first one.
I don't
was.
think you could, right?
It's
Because
hard.
Roots had an impact. So to remake Roots and try to match that impact, you can't. You already you have the original. Why would you go back? It's like we were talking about The Crow off air, right? It's like nobody was asking for that.
No one asked for that. You can't touch the original Crow. You
Yeah.
can't touch the original Roots.
Mary Tyler Moore Show is number 9.
Yep, Mary Tyler Moore. I'm not surprised. That show was very, very funny. I just love Mary Tyler Moore show.
Mm-hmm. Seinfeld is number 8.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I Love Lucy's on there somewhere.
The Wire is number 7.
Oh, without a doubt.
Sex and the City is number 6. That's actually surprising. Sex and the
Yeah.
City?
I wasn't a big Sex and the City fan, but I know a couple girls that were, a couple friends that were.
To be number 6 though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a game changer too.
Here's something that won't surprise you. Top 5, number 5, Breaking Bad.
Oh, have you saw Breaking Bad?
Yeah, I've seen Breaking Bad.
Oh, love that show, man.
It's an
love
amazing
that
show. I think it was one of the first shows I binged, and it was great because I think by the time I started binging it, the 5th season was already ending.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time I got to the 5th season, it was already added to Netflix because I watched it all on Netflix. So it lined up perfectly to where like I didn't have to wait. I could just
watch.
Boom, 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 boom.
I'm gonna tell you right now, man. Me and you could do a whole podcast. Now we could do a whole podcast on that, like commentary of each episode.
Breaking Bad?
At least the most significant episodes, anyway. Like, that show had me on the edge of my seat every freaking episode.
Oh yeah, no, the show was fantastic. And like, did you ever watch El Camino?
Yes. Did you like El Camino?
I did like El Camino because that's all I wanted. I wanted one more episode of Breaking Bad to tell me what the hell happened to Jesse.
A good wrap up. Yeah.
That was it. That's all I wanted.
I like his friends.
Jesse's friends.
Yeah, Jesse's friends. Yeah, I always thought they were
Badger
betrayal. Badger.
Well, because he had that really scrawny like meth head friend.
Mm-hmm.
And if you pay attention in the series, and I don't know if you had to pay attention to it, but there were certain scenes where like you could tell like that guy had talent in certain areas. Like I think they were like shopping for music cases to like store their drug equipment in when they were making all the meth and stuff. And he was just like playing the piano. He was playing like Beethoven or some crazy thing like that. Mm-hmm. And there's other things that he says. There's other things that he does in that series. It's like this guy could have been somebody.
No, you're right. No, there was a couple scenes in there. It did because it didn't focus on him that much.
No. I'm
when you saw a couple seasons, I'm like, oh, okay, well this guy's somebody. He looks like he's somebody. It's like okay. There's somebody on this show that has some type of moral compass. Because nobody on the show had any moral compass at all.
No.
Like, well, I guess the son did.
Yeah.
Remember that? Oh, man.
Well, I mean, the son was just innocent, though.
Remember that episode when he finally had enough and he saw his dad hit his mom?
Yeah.
Oh, my God, man. We got to do a podcast. One day when we ain't got nothing to do in our life.
Yeah, we'll just rewatch Breaking Bad.
We watch Breaking Bad.
We can try that.
And do a podcast on it.
All right. So you mentioned this one earlier. Simpsons, number 4.
Overrated, but yeah.
Well, the
Tracy
earlier
Ullman.
seasons, right? Like the earlier stuff, probably. But yeah, you're right. At a certain point, Simpsons just kind of lost its.
It was great.
mojo.
It was great as a skit when it was Tracy Ullman show.
Yeah. All right. So, top 3. What do you think the number 3 greatest TV show of all time is?
I know one of them's got to be a sitcom. I'm assuming.
Well, what's number 3?
I don't know.
Sopranos.
Yeah. Have you ever watched Sopranos?
I started watching it right around the time that prequel movie came out.
Yeah, the prequel was actually pretty good.
Do you like the prequel?
Yeah, you know what? I'm a sap for mafia movies.
You know what? I think it tricked a lot of people though, because a lot of people really thought it was going to be about I forgot the damn character's name.
Yeah, me too. But I know you're talking about. You thought it was going to be about what's his name?
Tony.
Yeah, Tony Soprano.
Yeah, Tony Soprano. I can't believe I forgot his name. Yeah, it was supposed to be. A lot of people thought it was going to be about young Tony Soprano, and in a way it is, but also it's not.
Because his son was in there. His son played him.
Yeah. So he was used, but it was about like was it his uncle or something?
Yeah, it was about his uncle.
Yeah.
That was a crazy movie, man.
No, it was. I mean, it was still a good movie. It's just like I think it tricked a lot of people.
Yeah.
And a lot of people like it rubbed people the wrong way. And
the trailer made it seem like it was about Tony Soprano.
Oh yeah, 100%. And then you watch the movie and you're like, where's Tony Soprano?
Getting tired of that too.
Yeah.
By the way, sidebar, I'm getting tired of that.
Yeah. Stop lying to us in trailers.
Yeah.
Number 2, Mad Men.
I was never a big Mad Men fan.
No? I never saw it either.
Yeah. It was basically these guys very how let me put it in layman's terms. How they want the world to be now. That's what the world was back then.
It was about advertising and stuff.
Advertising, men throwing their you know what's around. I'm sorry, throwing their you know what's around, and just treating women like crap.
Yeah,
that's basically the whole damn show.
Well, number 2, James, what does that tell you? All right, number 1, I Love Lucy.
Yeah, love that show, man.
Yep.
Oh,
1951 to 57.
Yeah, how could it not be?
Yeah, right. Lucy's classic.
How could it not be, man? I can recite every episode from front to back, man. I love Lucy. Like, it's just crazy to see a married couple have. They were so organized business wise, but behind the scenes they were so toxic, and to see them construct something of that nature, a force in TV land.
Oh yeah,
amazing. I Love Lucy is amazing. I hated the movie they did with Nicole Kidman, by the way.
Did they do a Nicole Kidman movie?
Well, basically about them behind the scenes. And Javier Bardem played Ricky Ricardo.
Was that more recent?
Yeah, it came out on Amazon Prime. I think it was in the movie theaters, like select movie theaters. But I did not like that movie. Nicole Kidman played she played I Love Lucy. She played Lucia Ball.
Being the Ricardo.
Yeah, being the Ricardo. Not Gary Oldman, but what's his name was in there? From Spider-Man.
Tobey Maguire?
No.
Andrew Garfield?
No, Parker.
J. Jonah Jameson?
Yeah. He played Fred. He played Fred.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because Fred was the older guy.
Oh,
and,
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and Ethel was younger than him, which she said. Vivian Vance said in real life she did not want to kiss him.
Oh, yeah.
Which is understandable. He's an old man. Why would I want to kiss an old man? But yeah, I Love Lucy was amazing, man. I can watch that show anytime, any place.
One of the best bits they have is like when they go to work at the chocolate factory or
Yeah, that's
something.
always the most discovered bit. Yeah.
Well, it's the biggest spoofed one,
It's
right?
the biggest spoof one. Mm-hmm.
It's a funny bit.
Yeah. Oh,
Great.
no, that's great. She had an eye for the comedic timing.
Yeah. Chappelle's show was number 57, James.
Oh, really?
Yeah. South Park's 59.
Yeah.
I'm just looking through the list now.
Yeah. Now we can just look through it now.
And Living Color is on here.
Yep.
Orange is the New Black is on here. Orange is the New Black was a cool series.
I never watched it. My ex did, though.
It was a cool series because everybody was much more interesting than the main character.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's not good, though.
The privileged white girl in the prison was not.
That's not good, though, is it?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I hated her character, but all the other inmates and like their backstories and all the stuff they go through, and the way the series ends is not everyone gets like the happy ending, which is not. Well, it makes sense, right? Because they're all in prison.
They're all in prison.
It's not like they're magically going to get released and have better lives or whatever. Some of them, have changed for the better. Some of them haven't changed for the better. Some of them die. Some of them get deported. It's like it really leaves you kind of
Bummed.
upset sometimes,
Yeah.
especially with like how some characters leave the show. You're just like, wow, really? You went this way, huh?
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's just it's how TV shows should be.
Where's Game of Thrones on there?
I'm looking.
I'm surprised that Game of Thrones ain't number one.
Right. Jefferson's was 64. Freaks and Geeks 65.
Good Times. I'm pretty sure Good Times was in there. I almost got to ask that one.
Yeah, I think it was actually further up the list. Grey's
Sure.
Anatomy was 68.
Yeah, crazy.
Roseanne 69.
Mm,
There you go.
there you go.
There's your
Yeah.
Roseanne.
I'm really surprised Game of Thrones wasn't on that list higher than that. At least top 10. Anyway.
Game of Thrones is 21.
Really?
Yeah.
As much people love that show?
I know.
Have you ever watched it?
I heard enough about it.
Me too. I feel like I heard
didn't
enough
need to
about it.
watch
Like,
it,
I'm
man.
good.
I mean, even the new series they got going on, I really have no
The House
desire
of
to-
Dragon.
Yeah, House of Dragon. Game of Thrones came in right behind 60 Minutes for the top 20.
60 Minutes. I know 60 Minutes has some of the worst luck ever because they always come on like right after football.
Oh,
And
do
they
they really?
always come on late because the football games always run late
Yeah.
every Sunday. They have some of the worst luck ever.
Now I'm a little upset. Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood got 89.
89?
Yeah, he's that far
All right,
down
I
on the
guess.
list. It's kind of upsetting.
Smallville
Happy
on
Days
there?
was 87. Let me see.
I love Smallville.
Smallville's not on here, James.
Oh, okay.
Variety said no.
They said, hell no.
Variety said we don't want your superhero crap on here.
That's fine. They can all go to hell. I know MASH is on there.
Yeah, I saw MASH earlier.
Yeah. Did you ever watch MASH?
No. My family did.
Yeah.
I never watched MASH.
MASH was it was a funny show, but it was dark humor.
Gunsmoke's not on here at all. Not even mentioned.
Oh, okay. MASH was a good show, but it was just very dark humor, man.
Yeah.
You can take it. It took place during the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
And
Well, you
yeah,
had that one character who like tried to dress like a woman so he could get
Yeah.
kicked out or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So sad, man. Like it was dark humor, and they had some episodes where people were dealing with, like, I want to get out of here. I'm about to kill myself.
Jeez.
Like it was, yeah,
Ooh.
good show though. Good show. I think it won a lot of Emmys too.
Yeah. Deadwood,
I
74.
remember Deadwood.
Yeah. Taxi, 75.
Yeah, I love Taxi.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air at 76.
Of course, gotta have that on there.
The Daily Show with Jon Stewart is number 77. Just barely beat by Will Smith.
Yeah.
The Muppet Show was 79. The Muppet Show was really low on here too, actually. That's kind of surprising.
You know, have you ever watched the Muppet Show?
Not the old stuff. I've seen bits and pieces of the Muppet Show.
Like Muppet, I remember Muppet. I think I did watch Muppet Show, but I also watch Muppets Tonight. Muppets Tonight came on ABC.
Mm.
It was the same deal, just different vibe, more modern.
I see.
Yeah. Muppets
Stranger
Tonight.
Things was 83.
Did you ever watch Stranger Things?
Yeah, I've seen Stranger Things.
Oh, okay.
You know, it took me a while to get into Stranger Things because
Me
like
too.
all the hype.
Yeah, me too.
And then I finally sat down and watched it, and I enjoyed it. And now, I don't know. I'm just kind of waiting for the last season to come
Yeah.
out because
'Cause it
I'm
came
here
out-
now. Yeah.
Because I had binge watched during COVID. I binge watched it during
Yeah.
COVID.
And then season 4 came out after COVID, I think.
Are they done finishing filming the season?
They're either still filming or they're just about to be done or they just finished.
Jesus Christ, man! Like, just bring the show out already.
I don't know why it took them so long to make the series. I mean, COVID, I guess a little bit, but damn.
All these kids are older than...
They're full-on adults.
They're full-on adults.
Part of the reason Millie Bobby Brown wasn't in the Godzilla movie was because she got too expensive.
Yeah, of course.
From all the Netflix stuff.
Yeah. But why would she, though? Why would she want to come back for that?
I mean, yeah. Why would anybody... Like, I feel like you do one Godzilla movie. There's a couple reoccurring characters, but you can swap them out with anybody, really.
I'm surprised David Tyree came back from the black guy.
He's such a great character, though.
I do like him, though. I like him, period, as an actor.
He was a great character in the movie.
I liked him in Bullet Train, too.
He was in Bullet Train, okay.
And he was also in Atlanta with Donald Glover.
I see.
You got to watch Atlanta, man. You got to get on that.
I keep hearing about it. Atlanta and Snowfall I keep hearing about, too. Snowfall?
I think Atlanta you would like more.
Yeah?
Because it's everything that I've always wanted to do, skit-wise.
Okay.
And, like, show-wise. Like, it's a sitcom. I mean, it's a modern sitcom.
Is it a sitcom?
Well, it's not really a sitcom, but you know what I mean.
Because it always seems so serious. Every time I see Atlanta, it seems serious.
Seems serious. But then there's a deeper dive into it.
Yeah. Because Donald Glover's involved in it, but like everything I see is always like so serious.
You would like it.
Maybe I'll check it out sometime. But that's all I got, man.
That's it.
That's the variety article.
That's the variety article.
That's the greatest 100 TV shows of all time.
All right. Well, there wasn't no big surprises. Kind of shocked to see some stuff a little low, a little high.
Yeah, I think some of the placement was a little weird.
Yeah. But like I say, these lists are all subjective.
Yeah. Art and TV shows and movies are all subjective.
Because as you can see, a lot of those shows me and you didn't even watch.
Yeah, exactly. So they shouldn't even be on the list.
Exactly.
This isn't our list.
If it was our list, it'd be like top 5 or 10.
There'd only be about 30.
It'll probably, yeah, you're right. There's probably about 30 shows on there. That just go to show you how much of a life we got.
Yeah, right. Well, that might be a better thing, actually.
True.
Hey, that's all we got today. So if you want to email us, you can email us at onthegopod2023@gmail.com. You can find us on Instagram, On The Go with Jacob and James. It's all one word. You can find James on Instagram at
James9794.
You can find me on Instagram at jacobdantone.audio. You can also find us on YouTube, On The Go with Jacob
and James.
On The Go with Jacob and James.
There you go.
All one word.
Well, you just struggling today, ain't you?
You know, it's been a week, and I'm glad it's Friday, and I'm glad it's the weekend, James.
There you go.
So without further ado, I'm on the go, you're on the go. Let's go. Let's get out of here.
Let's go. Let's get out of here.
If you enjoyed today's episode, please follow and share the podcast with your friends and family units. If by chance you disliked the episode, then please share the On The Go show with your most hated enemies. Thank you and enjoy your day.